And then John is saying, hey, Chris, I want to start writing more. Should I start a blog of some sort? How should I get my name out there? Yeah. So I think that you should start writing articles initially on LinkedIn. And the market's always right. You'll find out which articles of yours people like just by the number of likes you get in the comments, etc. And before I gave my TEDx talk, what I did was I actually wrote the script for the TEDx and I put it on LinkedIn. And I was just testing to see if people liked it. I didn't say it was a TEDx talk, but I got a lot of likes. And that's why I used it for my TEDx. But I think you got to write and write often. And I would do it weekly. And if you do it weekly, just be consistent. Do it on the same day at the same time. And one thing I want you to look into as well, if you do this, is the whole repurposing of content strategy, which Gary Vaynerchuk talks about. And for those of you not familiar with Gary Vee, he's this dude from the East Coast in the US, a bit abrasive, but you grow to love him because he's very transparent. It's true. So when you go to Gary Vee's website, I want you to scroll to the bottom and look at the icons here. And this is just something I made up. Nobody does this, but whatever order these are in are what you should think about social media wise. Okay, like maybe focus on the first couple. LinkedIn, I still think you should do this as podcast. He got rid of Method recently, and so did I. That platform wasn't really taken off. The name of the game is repurposing content, and Gary Vee has a great presentation on this. I want you to watch, please. It's pretty simple. It's just 86 pages of insanity. That's what he calls it. And you can click through all 86 slides here. But he talks about the content pyramid, which I also believe in, which means you create one piece of content here and then you repurpose it across different platforms. And this is something that Nintendo has been doing forever. And Nintendo is over 100 years old. It's the oldest tech company on the planet. They weren't always a tech company. They were a trading cards company and then an arcade company. But what Nintendo's been doing since the 80s is they've been repurposing their old video games. So Mario on the 8-bit and 16-bit and 64-bit, Super Mario on 64, best game ever made. Second is GoldenEye. But they repurposed all that stuff on their more recent platforms, like the Wii, the Wii U, as well as the Switch. And so think like Nintendo and Gary Vaynerchuk when it comes to creating content and then repurposing it. Last thing I want to say is you might not have time to repurpose it at certain times of the day. So what you can do is you can use a great Canadian company called Hootsuite. Hootsuite, yeah. And what you can do is you can actually schedule your daily posts here, and you can get up to 30 schedules per month for free, and then you pay. And so you can automatically have all of your stuff across different social media platforms automatically scheduled in the future using this. And that will save you time. The only caveat I have about using Hootsuite is that if it's a video, what I want you to do is don't use Hootsuite. I want you to upload the video natively to the appropriate social media channels like Twitter or LinkedIn. Because if you just provide a link to a YouTube video on LinkedIn, for example, what happens is the search engine algorithm within LinkedIn does not favor your content because LinkedIn doesn't want to lose eyeballs to their competitor YouTube. So what you have to do is upload those natively, which is what we do every day around 9 a.m. my time on LinkedIn.